No email list yet? That's cute. But also, let's face it, that's risky. You're building a business on borrowed ground if social media is your only plan. One algorithm shift, and poof, your people are gone. Or maybe you do have a list, but your emails are given 2009 newsletter nobody asked for vibes. It is time to level up. Flowdesk is your friend. Flowdesk makes it easy to send stunning, high converting emails without the tech headache. It's drag and drop simple, and the designs, chef's kiss. Start strong or finally glow up what you've already got. Either way, head to jantouchberry.com/email and get 50% off your first year. Seriously, the longer you wait, the more money you're leaving on the table. Let's fix that, shall we? That's jantouchberry.com/email for 50% off your first year. Do you ever feel like your funnel should be working, but somehow it's just not? You've got the freebie, the emails, the offer, but people are not buying. Before you scrap everything or start from scratch, let's figure out what's actually broken because sometimes the fix is simpler than you think. Let's get into it. Truth time. When's the last time you raised your hands for a swift kick in the pants? Well, I'm the no nonsense type friend who's going to tell you when you have food in your teeth. So let's get right to it. This is your infusion of sacred and secular, calling you higher into who God created you to be, exploring how intimately faith applies to every part of your life, and how you can live that faith every single day in the marketplace. I felt the tension of separation of church and state. I've been one of the few women at a table of men for decades, and I've stood my ground. Are you ready to do the same? These tools, resources, and interviews are meant to do just that. I'm Jan Touchberry, and it's time to share her faith at work. Hey friends, welcome back to Her Faith at Work. Today we're continuing our mini-series called Fix What's Not Working. Because here's the thing. If you've been feeling like your funnel is doing something but not doing what you actually need it to, this is your invitation to stop spinning and just start tweaking. We're going to walk through where most funnels break down, how to find the gaps without throwing out your whole strategy, and what to do when things just aren't converting. If you're getting traffic but no sales, or people are opting in for your freebie but ghosting you right after, you're not crazy, you're not failing, and you're definitely not alone. So let's start here. What actually makes a funnel broken? That is a great question, and that's the right question. You don't need to be a tech expert or a numbers nerd to figure this out. You just need to pay attention to what the data and the people are telling you. So here are 3 dead giveaways. Number 1, people just aren't opting in. Okay, so if you're getting eyes on your freebie, but nobody signs up, it could be one of 2 things. Number 1, your lead magnet isn't solving a clear, urgent problem for your audience. You may think that you know what your people want and need, but if what you're putting out into the world isn't gaining traction, it may not be right. I've had that happen. You spend time and effort putting together a beautiful lead magnet. You think it's going to be amazing. What an amazing idea. This is how I'm going to serve my people. And then nada. I found the best way to know what they want is to actually just ask. I know it seems counterintuitive and so simple, but why don't we do that more often? I mean, really, a quick survey to your email list or your social following can work wonders. P.S. If you're on my email list, expect some surveys coming at you in the near future. Okay, number 2, the traffic source you're using is not aligned with the people that you're trying to reach. You can't offer a checklist for overwhelmed moms and promote it in a Facebook group full of high achieving executives or vice versa. I know that's an over exaggerated example, but you get what I mean. It has to make sense. You got to market where your people are. And if you don't know where they are, it would be worth your time to do some research to find that out. All right. The second way to know if your funnel is broken is if people opt in, but they don't open your emails. This is the part where we start blaming Flowdesk or Google for burying your email in the spam folder, which sometimes is a thing, but really it might just be a gap in your subject line or your welcome sequence, or even how long it took you to follow up with somebody after they downloaded your freebie. You've got a really small window of time to warm up that new subscriber, so don't let that grow cold. Your email marketing has got to be on point when you're delivering a freebie, okay? Now, if you don't have a welcome sequence attached to your freebie, don't stress about it. Just sending out regular weekly content to all your subscribers is going to work too, right? They just need to hear from you. They need a way to get to know you, and they need to become invested in what you're offering. My favorite new tool, you guys are going to love it. My favorite new tool that I use every single week for my own emails is called subject line. Sorry, I can't talk today apparently. Subjectline.com, and it is totally 100% free. You can type in the subject line for your email. You type it in and it's going to give you a score from 0 to 100. I typically feel really good about anything that's in the 90s. Okay. And then it also gives you suggestions for how to make it better. I mean, it's winning all around. That's subjectline.com. And I'm linking that in the show notes just in case you forget. All right. Number 3, they open your email, but they don't click or buy. This is where most people panic and assume their offer is just broken. But often it's not the offer, it's just how it's being positioned. Are you showing the transformation or are you just listing the features? Are you making it time sensitive? Are you being clear about the problem that it solves? I think there's always some work that we can be doing on our offers and how we position them for people, and really knowing your audience. Again, I mean, I've said it before, knowing your audience and what they want and they need is key. This would be another place that asking is super helpful. I know a lot of people, Amy Porterfield is one of them. She suggests doing surveys of people that you know are your ideal client. And typically, I've done this before. Typically, I'll find 3 to 5 people who are willing to just spend 10 minutes with me asking or answering a list of questions that I ask them. And in return for their 10 minutes, I usually send them a little something in the mail. But a lot of times people don't need anything. They're your friends and they just want to help you. So find 3 to 5 people who are your ideal client and then ask them the questions. That is going to give you so much information to use as you move forward, making sure that your offers are positioned correctly, you're marketing in the right place, and you're marketing the right thing, right? So we want to get a little bit practical, right? If you want to fix what's broken, you have to start by knowing your numbers. I know sometimes that is painful, but I personally would rather want to know if where I'm spending my time and money is working so I can redirect if it isn't. I don't have time to be wasting time or money on something that is literally, I'm just spinning my wheels. I don't want to do that. So here's a quick cheat sheet of what you want to be looking for. Okay. First, you want to know your opt-in rate. 30 to 50% there is really healthy, right? You want to know your email open rate. And there, anywhere between 20 and 30% is solid. If you look close enough, you're going to find anywhere from 17% to 40% is what experts are saying online. I have linked a blog post in the show notes that gives a little bit more information there. And the disparity there, because I know 17% to 40% is a really wide range, but the disparity there is that different industries have different, what people would consider really healthy open rates. And so the average is between 20 and 30%. That's super solid. And then last but not least is your click-through rate. If you have a link in your email, 2 to 5% is your sweet spot. A click-through rate of 2 to 5% is really good. All right, so where do you find these numbers? Really good question. Most email platforms have them. I know Flowdesk is what I use, and that has all of that information. I know Kit has that too. Your landing page builder would have it, or even Google Analytics. If you have that connected to your landing page, you can get that information from those places. If you need more information about Flowdesk and how to find that information in Flowdesk, just hit me up. You can reply to this email and I'd be happy to show you. The goal is not perfection, you guys. The goal is clarity, okay? You don't have to become obsessed with the numbers. You just need enough truth to know what to tweak. And if you're not looking, how can you know? It is not helpful to bury your head in the sand. I'm not a number person, I wouldn't say, but I do like data. And so I think that I have historically not done a really great job there, but I've personally started using a new marketing platform in the last, well, it hasn't even been a year yet. It's called NG, and it tracks all of my key performance indicators or KPIs. So I can look at my numbers over history. Like I have I guess by now, a 9-month history of all of my numbers in different areas, and I can look at what they're doing over time. And it's been super helpful. It's not been as scary as I thought it was going to be, and it has actually been eye-opening. So if you'd like to check out NG, you can get a free 14-day trial at jantouchberry.com/marketing, and I will leave that link in the show notes for you too. So I want to clear something up, all right? If your funnel isn't converting, it is so tempting to blame the algorithm. I mean, how many times do we hear that? Every week. And then we can blame the market. It's a down economy, right? People just aren't buying anymore. And while it's true that summer months can be a bit of a lag and businesses are affected in a down economy, most of the time, that's not it. Most of the time, the issue is simple. You have not created a system that makes it easy for people to go from curious to committed. We've made it way too complicated. And that, thank goodness, is fixable. But first, you have to own it. You have to get honest with yourself about what's actually working and what's not. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." We can strategize, we can know our numbers all day long, but partnering with the Lord in what He knows is best for your business plays such a big part in all of this. That means we actually have to ask. And I have started asking 2 questions when I pray. The first one is, Lord, what do you want me to know about this situation? And the second is, what do you want me to do? And then you actually have to listen. You got to listen, people. The Lord's counsel is invaluable. And if you're thinking, okay, I think I see the problem, but I still don't know what to do about it. Guess what? You do not have to figure it out alone. I am opening up a few free 20-minute funnel audit sessions where we're going to take a look at your funnel together and figure out where the gaps are and what you can actually fix without having to scrap the whole thing. So if you want to grab one of those spots, you can head to jantouchberry.com/funnel, jantouchberry.com/funnel to grab your spot. So let's get you unstuck, friend, okay? You've got good work to do, and the world needs what you carry. Thanks for joining me this week. Next week, we're going to continue the series, and we're going to have a little chat about lead magnets. Because if yours is cute but useless, we've got some things to fix. See you then. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Her Faith at Work. If the Lord put someone on your heart that you think needs to hear this message today, will you just smash that share button? And if you haven't already followed the show, I would love for you to do that. Super extra points if you hop over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. That helps the algorithm pick us up and drop us right in the AirPods of people that need to hear what the Lord is saying to them today. I hope you'll come back for the next episode of Her Faith at Work. The podcast comes out every Wednesday. And if you look down in the show notes, I've even got a couple of free downloads for you that I think you will really enjoy. With that, have a great week. See you next time.